They say there's plenty of fish in the sea, but why are they all catfish? At least a tufted fish won't lie about its height.
Hi, it's Kuma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very exciting video because today I am going to be trying rug tufting for the very first time with the help of Claw Lab. If you don't know who Claw Lab is, they are a company that creates rug tufting kits that are marketed not only for industry professionals who know what they're doing, but also for total beginners like myself. I have never attempted rug tufting, but as a self-proclaimed fiber artist, I feel like it's something I should have tried a long time ago. I think the reason why I never tried it before was because it felt like there was such a high barrier for entry. With other crafting hobbies, all you really need is maybe a needle and some thread, but with tufting, it always felt kind of intimidating for me because you need a tufting gun, a frame, and some fabric and yarn, and it's kind of overwhelming to know where to get started. So I'm excited to dig into this kit that they sent me, and I can show you how it's all done, what's inside the kit, and what you can make with it. Full disclosure, Claw Lab has sent me their product for review, but I still intend on giving you my honest opinion and my feedback, and if you're interested in getting your own after watching this video, I'll tell you how at the end, or in the description box below, there will be a discount code. All that to come. Watch the video first so you can get an idea of what it's all about. First, here's the package that Claw Lab sent to me. It's pretty big. I'm excited to see what's inside, so let's just stop yapping and get on into it and do an unboxing. Let's go! Let's get unboxing, shall we? I'm so excited. All right, the first thing I see in here is, of course, the tufting gun.
There are two options on the website. I got the gray one, but there's also a light pink version on there for you.
But yeah, it's pretty lightweight and it's a lot smaller than I had thought it would be. So that's really cool. I'm excited to try it out later. Next, we have some yarn. It's nice that they included different colors of yarn. I knew they were sending me some, but they didn't specify the color.
It looks like there's a good variety in here, so we could definitely have some fun with the designs.
I also see some rug backing in here. And it has that no slip grip, which is great for when you are making rugs. And what else is here? I'm assuming this is the frame. We have another large box. Oh, that's heavy. Slide that away. Here we have the frame. On the website, they say you don't need any nails or anything to create this frame. So I'm excited to see how we put it together. There are some tutorials on their website, so I'm going to look into that in a bit. And we can build this together and figure it out. Here is the monk's cloth. And it's very similar to what I would use for other crafting projects, so I'm pretty familiar with this cloth. And of course, the rest of the frame is in here. It looks like this is Velcro to hold the cloth to the frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch some of the videos they sent me on how to assemble the frame, and then we can get into this together. The cool thing about these frames are that they actually attach to your table. So I will bring a table out here later, and then we can set that up as well. Hello, welcome to school. Pay attention. I did some quick measurements with my ruler and I'm thinking of making this rug 13 by 20 inches. You could definitely make it a little bit bigger with the size of this canvas, but I wanted to make sure I had some leftover space on the sides and the top just in case things go wrong, and also so I could do some practice runs because as much as I would love to, I don't expect myself to master this immediately. As for the design, I think I'm going to do a fish because if you don't know, I make a lot of fish on this channel and I love fish and I never get to keep them because they always sell, which is a good thing, a good problem to have, but I would love my own fish for my apartment. So that's what I think I'm going to make. At first I thought maybe the frame was adjustable in terms of how wide or narrow you want it to be on your table, but this is actually the only size they offer. However, it does seem like it's pretty large. It is like one arm's length, and I am an average sized person. The next steps are for me to actually draw my design and then get that printed out. Most people, I think, would use a projector to project their image onto the canvas and then trace it from there. But because I don't have a projector, I figured I would do my method that I always do, which is printing out as many pages as it takes to get as large of a design that I want, tape those together, and then use the sunlight to trace it from the back, if that makes sense. But I'll show you that process in a bit. That's what we're going to do. Let's get on to it.
This is actually a 100% anatomically correct fish, okay? The scientific name is Kuma fissionatus. Now it's time to prepare our fish drawing for print. So I just opened up my drawing program and I am just going to lay out my fish. As I mentioned earlier, I do want it to be 13 by 20, which means that I have to break it up into sections to fit on 8.5 by 11 paper because that is the size that my printer prints at. To do this, I just made 3 different boxes and then I just made them into clipping masks, and then I can get 3 parts of my fish, kind of slice it up like sashimi. Then we can print it out on 3 different pieces of paper.
Let's quickly chat about this gun here. The charging port is at the bottom, and this is how you also turn it on. Once it's turned on, you will see a ring of color. So the green indicates how quick your speed is, and you can adjust the speed by turning this dial here. The more green that is showing indicates a higher speed. Let's first take off this protective cover. That is 1 speed, but if we turn it all the way up, that's the fastest it will go. So for beginners, the manual states that we should probably keep it at 1/5 of the ring. So that looks about right. This kit comes with a bunch of tools. I am going to reach in here and grab a threader so we can thread our yarn. I'm going to insert it through the hole. There are a few ways you can thread your gun. If you want to, you can just put it through the hole here that they call hole A, or you can put it through hole B and then through hole A. I think I'll just do that and pulling it through. Okay, so I'm gonna do some test runs. I did a few already. Basically, how you tuft is you wanna keep your gun perpendicular to the fabric at a 90-degree angle. If you're angling your gun, it might not work properly, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, they say to work from bottom to top and then from near to far. It's important to have good tension on your fabric because if it's too loose, the yarn might not catch properly. So I'm just gonna do a few more practice strokes here and show you what it's like. I feel like I'm getting better or more confident. At least I can hear the difference when it feels like it's running smoothly. Before, when I did it, I didn't really have an even tension on my hand against the fabric. And because of that, I think it kept breaking. So I'm eager to get started. So I think we'll just go and hope for the best. One thing to note is that your gun will go into idle mode if you're not using it for a little while. So if you put it down for a minute and you're like, why isn't it going? Just hit this mode button and then you'll see the green ring, and that's how you know that it's back on. The tufting part of the fish is done, and I'm so happy with where it's at. I love how it feels and I love the colors. I will say that the yarn amount that they give you is not really enough, I think, to make a full-size rug, but for this project it worked out just fine. You may have to supplement your own yarn if you want to do a larger project. As a beginner to rug tufting, I think I did use a lot more yarn than someone with experience would, just because when I messed up I was having to pull out yarn strands, and so that generated a lot of yarn waste. I don't know if I 100% did everything correctly, but I did watch a lot of videos and try to do the best that I could. So let's get this guy cut out. We can free him from his canvas jail. Guys, I caught the big fish. Look at him, isn't he cute? I'm obsessed with the colors and his funky little face. He has quite a big mouth, but aren't big-mouthed basses a type of fish? Yeah, I don't know. All my fish knowledge comes from video games. I am really pleased with what I was able to do for my very first time. If you are interested in getting your own Claw Lab kit, I will have more information down below. There is a 10% off coupon code that gives me a small percentage of any sales. They also do run promotions on their website pretty often. Yeah, thank you Claw Lab for sending me your product. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below. I don't know if I'll have the answer, but you know, someone might. I hope that you stick around for the next video, and until then, stay crafty, stay healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye!